What's up guys, Peter here from Reviews on Anything, and today we're looking at some shoes from Nike. These are the Nike MD Runners in size 42 for the European market, that's size 9 for all you Americanos out there. And they are red, as you can see. Hopefully it comes across on camera properly how red they really are. I like these in this color actually. I think it contrasts quite nicely with the sole. But obviously there's a whole wide range of colors available for you to choose from. So you can certainly find something that matches your own style, outfit or occasion or whatever. Now these are not sort of top of the line running shoes from Nike. That's more something like this that we looked at earlier, the Nike Zoom line. Which is not only more expensive, but also features a lot more running related tech. These are around 60 euros here in Germany, so they're certainly a lot cheaper. And therefore obviously there's less features available as well. You could even argue that it's maybe not a dedicated running shoe but more of a lifestyle shoe or fashion accessory or whatever you want to call it. But there's obviously certainly a lot of Nike tech going on in here. So let's put one to the side and let's have a look at the shoe. Pretty traditional shoe design, not that much to see as far as that is concerned. You can see that it has a nice sort of mesh situation here on the front, which obviously is to aid cooling. Then sort of the structure of the shoe, this is, I'm not really sure if it's real leather, but it's sort of a felt kind of material all the way around for the sort of stiffness and the structure of the shoe, with a stiff heel cup at the back. Pretty traditional lacing system, nothing exciting to see there really. And inside you just get the, hopefully you can see it, the Nike logo, and that's it. That actually sets it apart from the sort of running shoes from Nike as well, because they all say Nike Running inside. Now, according to Nike, this is a comfortable fit and a classic design, which combines a mesh and suede upper with a lightweight cushion midsole for a timeless look and enhanced comfort. So there you go, that actually shows already that it's maybe more aimed at a lifestyle shoe, maybe even an everyday shoe, rather than something that you, rather than a performance shoe that you actually take out to run on. But you certainly can run on these if you, choose so. It's like I said, 60 euros around that here in Germany, so it's a cheap entry into a good brand, and therefore you get a pretty reasonable shoe, but don't expect miracles for the money, of course. Now obviously you have to talk about the sort of sole and the bottom part of the shoe, which is a pylon midsole, which should provide lightweight cushioning, and it has a solid rubber waffle outsole for traction and durability. Well, that sounds all really impressive, but it actually works. As you can see, the sole, the bottom part of the shoe is really aimed towards running, with sort of the grippy part here in the front. I hope you can see the sort of, there's even tiny studs, rubber studs there on the front, which is kind of nice. And then obviously you have the area here where you, not supposed to land, but sort of where your transition takes place, which is kind of nice too. And then the outside here obviously is also for grip as well, in order to make, if you're running on a trail or in a forest or like loose surface, to make your push into the shoe and into the road a bit more efficient. The sole works. I did a couple of sprints on these and a couple of shorter runs, and it does work pretty well. Not as good as the sort of high-end or higher-end shoes from Nike that are more expensive, and therefore have more options and features. Again, putting it next to the Nike Zoom shoe here, you can see obviously that there's a lot more going on here in terms of transition and structure in the sole and so on. But these do a pretty decent job when it comes to making sure that your step is so smooth as possible. As far as dampening goes, again, it's not the best shoe that Nike offers for running, but the dampening is, acceptable. And when you have your technique down right, then obviously, especially the dampening here in the back is not that important, because you're supposed to land more on your midfoot. But it works really well, it does a pretty decent job. Now, after talking about the sole and the outside of the shoe, obviously we have to talk about the inside and the support that you get there. Like I said before, the heel cup is sort of nice and sturdy, gives you your heel and your therefore the sort of the base of your foot a nice solid place to sit, and you won't slip out very easily, so that's certainly good. The footbed inside Yeah, pretty much like the theme of the shoe. It doesn't, it's not the best that Nike offers, but it does a reasonable job. Don't expect any miracles from it. But obviously, this being a Nike product, it's not going to flop about all over the place. And you get a reasonable arch support, so it's not too bad. Here in the front, the little bit of ventilation from the mesh, I suppose that works reasonably well. If you use this for dedicated running, you probably want it a bit more open. But it's okay, it does its job pretty good. And there's plenty of space here in the front of the shoe for your toes to still move around as you go along. So you won't get cramped or too tight into the shoe where your toes start to lose blood. Which is nice, and thanks to the sort of normal traditional lacing system, you can make it as tight or as loose as you want without too much trouble. And I think in a quite stylish design, and again, probably aimed more towards sort of a lifestyle kind of shoe than an actual performance shoe. But what you want, it does, give you a little bit of performance for a reasonable price. So I think it's a pretty good deal in that regard. And these are also shoes you can wear every day. So if you choose not to buy them as a performance shoe, but as an everyday shoe, it certainly works as well. And with the different colors available, I think you'll find something that suits you well and something that looks reasonably stylish, I think. This was Peter with a quick look at the Nike MD Runner shoes. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel, please, and give it a thumbs up. And I hope to catch you guys in the next one. Cheers!